Hi there, I'm Paul with MadCap Software. And if you're watching this video, you are a subject matter expert. At least to someone, you are. Someone wants to send you files so that you can review them, and they want you to use MadCap Central to do it. So I'm going to make this video short and sweet and show you what's involved and what you need to do and what you're going to see in Central. So when somebody, a Flare author, MadCap Flare author, sends you files and they want you to review them, you're going to get an email like this one. So it just says you received this email because you were invited to view content hosted on MadCap Central. And this person, Lloyd Dobler, created 5 new reviews. They want you to look at it. And hopefully by now you've already been invited to Central and you've logged in and you've got a username and password. If not, you'll be guided through to set that up. But you get the email and you click reviews so that you can review them. And this is MadCap Central, and it opens you up to this one page. And in this case, I'm assuming that you are a subject matter expert because Central has different types of users. There are authors, like the person who sent you the reviews, and then there's subject matter experts. And there's another kind also. And in this case, I'm Inigo Montoya, and I just received this, and this is a very, very simple user interface. If I were an author and I received this, I would see a lot more stuff over here on the side, and I would click reviews. But you are a subject matter expert. You just click reviews, and you can come into the tabs over here and select any of these files to review them. The author wants you to review all of these things, and most of these are what are called topics, and they have these HTML file extensions. But sometimes you might see something that says FLSNP, and what that is that is a simple little, a smaller file that exists separately, but it's been inserted into one or more of these other files, and so it's been included. So sometimes authors might include these, sometimes they might not. So let's just click one of these topics over here, and it loads. And you can see that it's just a very simple editor in here, and you can click and replace things. So for example, if I wanted to add the word Texas in there, and you can see that your initials over here, you added that text, or if you wanted to delete something, you would just select it and delete, and or you can undo if you change your mind. And so it's a very, very simple interface. And you can see over on the right, other people, at least one other person, because there's different initials, have already been editing in this. So it's going on at the same time that you're editing it. You're also going to notice that when you click in something, you got this info bar that it's basically telling you, all right, what you're clicking in, the tag structure. And that may not mean anything to you. Some of it will be very, very obvious. Like I clicked in a paragraph, so all right, I'm on a P tag. That's a paragraph tag. But for the most part, you're probably not going to worry too much about that, but it can help if you have questions about what you're clicking on. All right, you're also going to see certain markers. And so these are certain things that are indications that different kinds of content are going on here. So for example, you got these brackets right here. So it's not a decorative thing, it's just a bracket. And this thing, you can barely see it. There's a little arrow up there above state capital. This is actually a drop-down effect. So that's one example of a marker. If I were to click on another topic, you would see, all right, I've got a border around this. Well, what's going on there? This is a snippet, like the kind that I was telling you about, and it exists separately. And so you can't click in there and type, and the marker is that border around it. Or you might have some gray, a gray rectangle with some text in it, QR code. The author added a QR code. You're not going to be editing it, but it's just letting you know something else is going on in here. All right. And if you click different topics, you're going to see different markers. There's this star. Well, all that means is the author inserted this thing called a keyword, and you won't need to worry about that. But it's important that you know that this thing is in here so that you don't actually accidentally delete something like that. All right, let's see. Moving on down. You're also going to see these other little brackets around things. So for example, this Austin city limits one in here, that's actually another thing that you can't edit. That's in a variable. And you might see dotted, these dotted lines around things. And this, in this particular case, you can click in and edit this, but this is a condition. So it's just letting you know different things are going on. All right, I just want to see what else is in here. There's the snippet. Let's click on that. All right, now there is another one in here. These green brackets those are links. So there's all kinds of things like that. And for the most part, you don't need to lose much sleep over that. You just need to know that that's why those things are there, and not worry too much about it. All right, so sometimes you might want to change the text, as we've seen, delete it, add new text. And other times you might want to add annotations or comments. For example, this topic right in here, this thing right is that snippet I was telling you, and you can't edit it. And maybe you want to make a comment about it like this person did. They just kind of clicked here and they selected this button to insert an annotation. And they said, we need to make sure the numbers are correct. We're talking about that. So they added an annotation. If you want to add an annotation, you can select text or just click, put your cursor somewhere and select this, and it adds another rectangle over to the right, and you just add my comment, whatever you want to say. So annotations are something you can do. You can, in addition to text, there are certain types of features that you can add. I'm going to just press enter here. I could add a list in here. So I'm just going to type stuff in here to make this go fast. That's a bulleted list. Press enter twice to go back to a regular paragraph, or I could do a numbered list in here. So you can see lists are pretty easy, and I could indent if I wanted to. And there's numbered lists and bulleted lists, as you can see up here. And I could also do what's called a definition list. And that's a different kind of list where you've got the name of a term and whatever the definition is for it. Press enter, you have a second line, press enter twice, you're back to the second term, and on and on. So you can do that. I'm going to press enter a couple of times. Insert an image. You can click that, insert an image. You can click insert a table, hover over the little squares, and now you can insert a table. All right, so I'm just going to add those few things just to show you that there's some stuff you can do in here. Styles. Most authors probably aren't going to want you to make too many changes with styles. They like to make style changes themselves, but there are some basic things you can do. For example, I could just type heading 2. I want to add another heading in here. So you've got different things up here. This is going to allow you to make something bold, italic, or underline. And this at the paragraph level there, I want to make that an H2, a heading 2. All right, so there are some basic styles things that you can do. All right, so now once you're done, once you've gone and just marked this thing up and made all the edits you want, you're done. You go, okay, I'm going to click submit, and I'm done with that. And over on the right, you can see there's your name. That for that topic, it says you've completed it. These other people, it's still open. All right, and then you just kind of work your way through the other topics or files and do the same thing. You make your changes and click submit. Now, what if you clicked submit and you go, oh man, there was something I forgot that I should have done? Well, you can go over to this tab, submitted, and you can get back to that topic that you previously submitted and make your change, and it's going to automatically save it. And you're going to be able to do that as long as the author, the Flare author, hasn't closed off the review process. And the author isn't going to do that most likely until all these other people have finished. Because once everybody's finished, then the author is going to get a notification that, hey, everything's done. So you just kind of want to work through these until you have looked through them, commented, added comments, and you've submitted all of them until this pending tab for you is empty. And I'm just going to go ahead for this person and do that. All of these things, you think, okay, that looks good, I'm done. And then that's it, you're done. And then you just kind of wait till the next time the author sends you more things to review. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is a very, very simple process for reviews in MadCap Central. And if you have any questions about any of the other features, you can open up the online help and take a look. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will talk to you next time.